Good morning, 5th grade. This is your grammar lesson for Wednesday, April the 8th. And go ahead and turn in your books to page 246 and pause me until you get there. Okay, welcome back. And this is a lesson that there's a lot to it. It is a more difficult lesson, so I wanted to break it down for you and the varied uses for commas in this lesson. 3 of them we're going to review. We've already talked about compound sentences, so you know how to do that, and that's 2 sentences joined together with a comma and a conjunction in the middle. A complex sentence is also 2 sentences joined together. When there's a comma is when at the beginning of that first sentence you put a subordinating conjunction, and we'll talk about those in a minute. And a positive, is a group of words that follows a noun. It describes that noun, tells more about it, and those are set off by commas. Introductory words is new. We're going to talk about that. Indirect address is new. So I've written out some examples to go over, and then we'll talk about the book. Okay, compound sentences, as you can see, you can also review them on page 52. 2 sentences are joined together by a comma and a conjunction. Here's an example. E-learning is new and exciting. There's 1 sentence, comma, conjunction, and but or. I miss seeing my sweet class. So e-learning is new and exciting, but I miss seeing my sweet class. 2 sentences joined together with a comma and a conjunction. All right, complex sentences also are 2 sentences joined together, but the first part of that sentence is going to begin with a subordinating conjunction, like although, after, if, when, whenever. There are several of them on page 57. And here's an example. Although I enjoy several aspects of e-learning, I miss seeing my students in person. Okay, so when you start this first sentence with a subordinating conjunction, you have to have a comma in between those 2 sentences. Okay? All right, the third one is an appositive. And this is a word or group of words that identifies or explains the noun that it follows. All right, and you can go back to page 90 and 91 and review appositives. Here's one. My students, 5th graders at Charlotte Prep, are the coolest kids in school. So this is the appositive that's underlined in yellow, and it has to be set off with commas on both sides. Of course, unless it ends a sentence and you would put a period behind it. But because it's in the middle of it, you need commas before it and a comma after it. And also, remember, can I cover this noun up and say 5th graders at Charlotte Prep are the coolest kids in school? I can. So that is a good appositive. All right, the fourth way to use commas is introductory words. Well, yes, and no. If you start the sentence with those, you have to put a comma after it. Example, yes, comma, I received your homework assignment. Okay? And the last one is a direct address. That means I'm directly talking to a person. I'm directly addressing them, the person who is spoken to. For example, and I just picked random names here. From what I can see, John, you are up to date with all of your work. So I'm talking specifically to John, and I need to set his name off on either side with a comma. Now here's another example. If you put them at the front, Henry, comma, do you have all of your AR points yet? So if you put that person at the front and you're directly talking to them, then you put a comma after their name.